Hello, this is Kittens cycling in Ireland, and today is my last day in the Netherlands. It will be mainly about Amsterdam city centre before I head off to Schipol to board my plane back to Dublin. One good thing is that in Amsterdam city centre there is a Brompton, the official Brompton shop. So today I'm going to ask for a quick bike check for my T-line and then store the bike in the shop for about an hour or two, and to see the one of the most famous museums in Amsterdam, the Rijksmuseum. It has the famous painting The Night Watch by Rembrandt.
I heard you're from Dublin.
Yeah, you've been.
Yeah, I've camped there. You know the campsite near Dublin, to the sea wharf. Nagel's caravan camping twice.
Really?
Yeah.
I was in school. Her parents owned that campsite.
Really? Yeah. They were nice fellas, all the friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just quick check with Pentaclip because it is somewhat loose, and I made a mistake because when you're taking off the saddle, you don't have to fully unscrew the Pentaclip.
No.
But I made a mistake.
So just check everything in there.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
For the Rijksmuseum, it was about 20 to 30-minute walk along the famous Amsterdam Canal from the Brompton shop. It's highly recommended to buy the ticket online beforehand. Actually, there was another museum I wanted to visit, which is the Van Gogh Museum, but it was already sold out. And since I arrived at the museum a bit early, there was a nice garden around the building, so I spent some time there. As you can see, the building itself is quite interesting because it has a bike lane running through it. Now on the left, you can see a lot of people queuing, but they are not actually lining up for the entrance. They are queuing up to buy tickets. That's why it's recommended to buy the ticket online beforehand. Since I bought tickets already, my entrance was quite easy, and inside you can see a lot of people. Not only in the Van Gogh Museum, but here are also some Van Gogh paintings, including this famous portrait. I think the name is Portrait by Van Gogh. And of course, on the top floor, there is a very famous Rembrandt painting, The Night Watch, which is the main reason why I visited this museum. And I don't really know much about art, but people say Rembrandt is one of the greatest artists because he started using light in his paintings, almost like photography. And unfortunately, as you can see, there was a lot of restoration work going on this time. It was last year, April, so I think by now it should have already be finished. There are also some other famous paintings, like this one, the Fur Trader painting. I also remember seeing in my textbook too. And nearby, there were people doing community drawing activities. Anyone can join and draw. You can see a flower hanging on the board and you can draw it yourself. There was also a very interesting library, and maybe next time, if possible, I'll sit down here and read a book or study for a while. After touring the museum, I went back to the Brompton shop and picked up my bike after it was serviced. From Amsterdam city center to Schipol, I think it was about 20 to 25 kilometers, and it takes about an hour and a half, so it's not that far. Of course, we all know that Dutch cycling infrastructure is great, so there's no difficulty or pain cycling from the city center to the airport. And I deliberately chose this path because it goes through the largest park in Amsterdam, which is Vondel Park. Like in Dublin, we have a similar park, which is Phoenix Park, that is said to be the largest urban park in Europe. But Vondel Park is also very large, and you can see lots of people cycling and relaxing here. It was a great experience, amazing park. From there, it was pretty straightforward. Still, one of the great things about the Netherlands is that you are almost never forced into car roads. In many European cities, you might have a good cycling infrastructure in the city center, but as soon as you leave it, you're on your own with cars. However, in the Netherlands, cycling infrastructure is everywhere. It almost feels like they built a cycling path before the car roads. And then I arrived at Schipol airport and packed up my Brompton again. As I mentioned in my first video, I used the original Brompton box that came with this T-line. That's the box I stored at the airport in a basement of storage area. It cost me about €9 per day, and the staff at the reception was quite curious about why I was only storing a box. And for me, I just wanted to test it out. Also, if I didn't store the box, I would have had to buy bubble wrap again. So here I'm wrapping everything up. And for the future trips, I already have a proper travel box. But if you have a double wall cardboard box, especially the one that comes with the Brompton, it actually fits very well and offers good protection as long as you wrap it properly. So overall, the Netherlands is a great place for cycling. It has the best cycling system in the world. It's not just about cycling itself. These days, cycling has to work together with car traffic and public transportation. And I think the Netherlands is the only country that has really nailed that system. No other country in the world can even slightly compare to the level of infrastructure they have. It was a great experience, but coming from a place that's more natural and peaceful, the endless canals in the Netherlands felt a bit hard on me, a bit too artificial for my taste. For me, I personally prefer places like Wild Atlantic Way. When I ride in Western or Northern Ireland like Dingle, Donegal, County Mayo, and other areas, I usually go camping and do road cycling. Of course, in Ireland, you don't have cycle lanes everywhere, but the nature and the peaceful feeling you get from cycling along the coast is something really special, and that's what I love. Thank you for watching my cycling adventure in the Netherlands, and I'll see you in my next video.